Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin and Ethereum report for the 7th of April. I've been asked to also have a quick look at Mara and also XRP, Ripple. I'll start with Ethereum because I like Ethereum in that its structure from this wave 4 low here. We've got this move down as an A and a B and a nice C wave here for wave 4. And then we've got this nice move up here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1. Now, Bitcoin doesn't count as nicely up as Ethereum for wave 1 here. It does count as wave 1, or can count as wave 1. But the main thing with all of this was this ABC pattern that we had pulling back to the 61.8% here, and then we built some trades into this space here and looking at this move up here. I mean, the way that this is going here, it's starting to look like it's like wave 3 here, but don't forget wave 3 would need to be much further up here. If we took the basic extension here, which is say roughly around here for that low there, and then move that to this point here, we would be looking up at this point here for this. So it could trip in as a wave 3 to the upside. I'll keep that in mind. But with Bitcoin and Ethereum, I've been counting this up here really as wave 1 here. I may need to adjust it and work 5 of these green waves in, starting sort of wave 1 here and 2 here, and we had a look at that yesterday. But I'm just going to put it like this for the time being here. This little move, this trend here, of course, we need to understand. It has a nice support on the 2000 at this point, a major trading level, so it was the resistance, and now it's breaking into new highs. Bitcoin hasn't followed that particular move yet. This is Bitcoin, but on the daily chart it hasn't taken out this particular top here, if we call that blue wave 1 and 2 here. And it's difficult to call this, if we're going to call Ethereum in on this blue wave here, it's difficult to do that with Bitcoin at the moment. But we'll come back to Bitcoin. So 2 things here. Ethereum has got a better wave count, and it's also leading as well because it's taken out the high here. It's also forcing there's a few different crypto indices as well, as you may know, depending on what model they've used and weightings and so on. But we can see here this move here is also taking out this high here. So there's probably different ways to count this as well, but all I'm interested in at this stage is this being a 5-wave move here and looking for the correction here. So that's pretty much what we're doing. So I'll move into the hourly chart here just to have a closer look at this particular count here for this. So from that blue wave 2 here, let me open this up so we can get a better grip on it. I'm happy with this wave count, except I've got this little extra wave right in at the beginning here that we may have to justify a little bit further up here. But as it stands, wave 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, really that 4 could go in under this low here. That 5 here for 3 and 4 here, and then I was thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. Now I know it's overlapping at this particular point, but we should see this move up here to give us 5 waves from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I see a market sitting on top of such a large number like this here in this regard, and it hasn't really reacted from this level, because normally we would see it sort of react from here and then have the first high above the level here. It's kind of ignoring it, and now it's sitting on there, and it's tested it twice, and it's going to push up from that point. So really that's a bit of a long trade set up from that point. We are currently long down here for this, and we're leaving the stop out of the way. So either way, we're okay. We're going to catch, we're surfing this wave, so to speak. But yeah, just looking for this pullback in this particular space here for this. So if I look at Bitcoin for a moment, as I mentioned, the wave 1 up here doesn't count that well, but we do have a nice ABC pattern here. But this could end up being something a little bit different here, but I'm counting it in line with Ethereum and looking at this as wave 1 and 2 in here that we've been working through yesterday, and then 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave and fifth wave, taking us higher in that regard. So there are other ways to count this, and we have been over a few of those in the last few videos, so I won't spend really any time on those. Let me just see if I can cut through to the hourly here. Will that be enough? Yeah, I think it will be enough. So once again, we've got wave 1 and 2 here. Well, I'll just go back over this wave 1 here. So with Ethereum, let me just get Ethereum here just in case I need it. There's a bit of a difference, but the 4-hour chart here, we can see we've got a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've counted in through here and all of that's fine. So we've got a nice wave 4 here. On Bitcoin, this wave 4 makes a bit of a high here, so it plays it out a little bit differently, but we can still justify it as a wave 4. Here, so wave 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave, and then just bringing this back in over here for the fourth wave, rather small for the fourth wave, but then finishes off nicely. So it is a little bit of an issue, but it's not a huge issue, that. So I just want to keep reminding myself and folks of that. We are not seeing Bitcoin move up strongly. There seems to be a fair bit of pressure at that 60,000 mark there. So I was thinking that that the futures market might be holding that down. So I would need to double check on that. But as far as the count goes to the upside here, we could already look at this as wave 1 and 2 here, and then 5 waves. We'll open this up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 moving up here for 3, and 4 and 5. Now it does diminish in size, so wave 1 has got the length in it, wave 3 is a bit shorter, and then wave 5 is shorter still. The move down through here can be viewed as, well, in 3 waves, so an ABC for the A wave, but then this has been a little bit tricky counting this little move here. First of all, the 50-60% retracement level is back down here for this, but the market is being held quite nicely within group 2 here. So when we talk about the trading levels, then from 50 to 60 here, we can talk about well, group 1, which is 1, 2 and 3 here, and then we have the midpoint at 55 here that we can put in because the market could pull back to the 55 area here. And then so we've got 1, 2, 3, 5 and 8 here. When we talk about 8, we can bring in group 2, and group 2 is working, so it can end up well, anyway, so the market's holding within group 2 quite well. So it hasn't pulled back to its 50-60% retracement level. So if Ethereum tops out in the next wave and then decides to correct, well, then this will be in line with this correcting back at this point. But Bitcoin is kind of in front, even though it's not leading, its structure is telling me that it's kind of in front of Ethereum. So it does make a nice case for an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here. Now we counted 5 waves up here yesterday, so we thought that when that 5th wave comes in here, that new top there, if that gets breached there, then we're going to be making a new high above the level. Obviously, if this low here goes here, then that means that we'll be coming down lower at that point. It's a very difficult, I mean, I'd like to count this up here. I mean, it was possible to put wave 2 over here, but then I don't have a nice 5-wave structure here. The reality is I only have 3 waves in this move here. So that makes it A and B and C wave. So it's making it corrective. But I just want to be a little bit careful about all of this. I mean, normally I would sort of expect the market to push up, come back and check in some sort of corrective wave within group 2, then push up here above the 60 and then pull back down for its wave 2 at this point. So if it makes a new high here for this instance, let's say it does that, then we need to follow this path here, and then this arrival and reaction here would be the arrival and the reaction here. And then what I would need to do is I would need to call this in here as wave 4 sitting right here, and I'd have to take in note this first little structure here as being wave 1 and 2 here, and then fitting all of this into the third wave, fourth wave and fifth wave high here for this. So going long here is also a little bit dangerous, but for day traders it's okay. So we can also go long above that high there as well, because that shouldn't be breached if the market's going to be pulled back down through to here. And if it does pull back down into this space, well, this is where we can buy here again for this. I've added a few positions for myself. Here we're probably looking at a different count here, but this is okay for this. This is just a different count, but it doesn't really matter at this point. We're still expecting the same thing to pull back here. So I built in about $7,000, $5,000 here, another 3 here. So I'll just wait to see what happens in this space before adding again. Even though I've added $7,000, my Bitcoin doesn't go up that much. So I've got 3.77 positions with 112,000 Australian dollars in this trade. So yeah, alrighty. I just want to have a look at a couple of other things. So one of them I've been asked to look at XRP. So there's no real change here for this. I can just sort of update it a bit. We were looking, I think the last time we looked at, we're looking at 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and then looking for support on top of this major level here, 50. So 5, 8, and the next level, if we just clone this, will be, I'll move that, will be 1 there. So we'll see a bit of a dance across there for that. So we can just pop these in here. I should really check that, but I can see that we've got the third wave coming into play here. There'll be a fourth wave, and then there'll be a fifth wave here for this, so that can play out in here. And then we'll have, if I can clone that, bring that down here for wave 4 here for this. And then clone that, and that will take us up into wave 5. We'll see how that plays out in terms of length for this. And of course that would make this then clone, easier to clone this one. This would make our wave 3 up here at that point. So that's kind of it in a nutshell for XRP. And Mara was the other one that I'd been wanted to have a look at. Here, let me just find it. I might just bring it back to the hourly chart here for this. So it's a bit like Ethereum, you know, it's doing the same sort of thing. So we've been looking at Mara as an A and a B and a C, and then up for 1 and back for 2, and then up here again for this. It's still too short to be a wave 3, even though it's moved like a wave 3. It looks like it's topped out a little bit there. Just get my head around that. It does look like a third and fourth and fifth wave here. So we can look for an ABC pattern pulling back before we see a move further to the upside in that regard. You just go over this. That's 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 in here, then 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's about right. So that sits there about right. Alrighty, I'll just leave it at, actually I'll just have a look at Riot, because Riot hasn't moved off like Mara has here. So Riot is about here. I mean, they're both mining, see, so this one here just really hasn't, same count in the bigger picture here as the ABC here. I'm looking for this here, but just hasn't really made an effort to move past the old highs like Mara has. But yeah, one's leading and one's lagging, so it will catch up when it's ready. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.